So, fellow pickers and stuff lovers, we went to an estate sale. And it was pricey, but we found some things. Before I transport you to the wonderful land of estate sale, here's additional stuff from the church bazaar where we went to this morning before the estate sale. I'd forgotten a few pieces and I wanted to tell you about that. I don't know how I managed to forget about this, but I did. Here is something that was at the church bazaar under a table in a box. And I thought, fabulous 1970s lamp. They usually have these globes, you know, for lampshades on top of each tube. So I turned to my husband and I said, you know, because sometimes I just think, is it me? Am I crazy? Would these sell just as well without the lampshades if ever we can't find them? But he was like, oh, those are great. Those are great. So grabbed that, and the cashier priced them at $3. So I'm super happy. I would imagine they're at least $30 to $40 each because I got another one. And I love the tubes they used here. That aesthetics, that construction is fabulous, very stylish. You can do so much with that. I mean, you can go a whole MCM kind of style, but you can use this in ultra modern arrangements and 60s decor and just very simple wood and metal decor. You know, yeah, I like these myself, but I've bought them to sell them. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened at the church sale as well. There was a free box. And usually, what I find in free boxes doesn't get me very far, but I saw a few things that were interesting and I just thought I would share the experience. This was fun because I was like, it's like almost like a military bag, duffel bag kind of backpack. And it said Leckies on the back, which I didn't even check, whatever. It's free, right? So you can't really go wrong. I thought, you know, it's a little worse for wear. It says made in Czechoslovakia, which again, I didn't see this before I got home. But it was just cool. And I thought I would try it. Well, we got it home and saw that some bags like this from Leckies have sold for $100 on Etsy. So of course, I mean, really, this is not in the best condition. It needs to be washed or spot washed or something. There's a hole here. But for someone who likes the look and maybe would like it for not $100, I thought we might make a few dollars. I'm glad I picked it up because I didn't know anything about it. And in the free box as well, I got this for myself because it is what I call a good picker purse. I don't know if some of you guys or ladies have particular bags, you know, of any kind, or purses that you use when you go out picking. I would be very curious to know that. This is the style of thing I love for picking because you've got a few different pockets. I usually will put some coins in here. It's easy to reach because I'm always like, I can never remember in which pocket I put what, but that helps at least. You're like, I've put all my change in this one. And then there's a pocket inside to put maybe, if I've got bigger bills, I might put it in that pocket. You know, there's enough room for those different things you need. I could just slip my phone in this one. It's easy to reach as well. It's light. It doesn't get in my way. It's a crossbody bag, which I love for picking. It's light enough because if I lean over and I have to dig in a box or whatever it is, I don't want something dangling by my side and hitting me in the face. And it's of a fabric that is just resistant, and you don't mind spilling something on it or dust or grime or whatever. You can just wipe it down afterwards. So there, that was in the free pile. I took it for me. And I just thought, oh, well, these are really handy. They were in the free pile. They look like they've never, I'm so sorry. They look like they've never been used. They're branded Cone or Coney, made in the USA. They're all cotton, and I got them home and I realized that they were in good condition, and the colors tell me that they are vintage. I thought, you know, I mean, I bought them because I just thought it's handy to have to clean or whatever. I might be able to sell them. So I'll see how that goes. And then finally, let us transport to the land of the estate sale. So estate sale, you know, right away you're looking at the table and you see some stuff is priced kind of high or higher than you want as a reseller. So not too sure about that. Fine. But there were a few things like this Ralph Lauren polo in the box, looks new, full as far as I can tell, and that was $5. I thought, okay, that is priced where it should be, and it's something I might make $25, $30 on, which is very respectable for $5. You don't have to do anything to it. That is fine. Another thing I saw there that I really liked was this little ashtray. You would put your cigarette here, but it looks like it was never used for anything more than decoration. I love that it has its sticker, that it says where it was made. I love the gilt work or the filigree work. I just think it's a pretty thing with that glass, and it's very sparkly. I love a thing like that. I was like, $5, that's fine. I will see how much I can make on it, but I think it's just a nice thing to look at. So I was happy with that. Then I saw, this is a bit of a weird buy, but I saw that they had this lot of greeting cards and postcards for $10. I thought because of the amount of cards that wasn't bad. Once in a while, I like getting paper. I think there's a lot of nostalgia attached to some paper items. I don't know how great a seller it is, but it's so fun to go through that for $10 I kind of can't resist. Like once in a while, when there are a few things that are good, they're almost all written in, but they're charming, and I could see how someone would want that for their journaling or crafting or anything. I just thought that was so of a time. Like the wonderful outfits these ladies are wearing, and this is them in their retired old age, and just cute 60s, humorous. I've got all sorts of things really in there, and some of it more like from the 60s and stuff. Just wanted to show you a few more interesting examples. You've got the cards with the little bows on them and all of that. So we'll see what we end up doing with what. I thought this was very curious and interesting, because there's this golden thing that, like, strand that goes through the postcard. There's nothing on the back. It says, en souvenir de toi, like in memory of you. This person reminded them of a camel. I don't know. And then there's the April's Fool fish. It's almost like a code. Wonderful, fantastic, mysterious stuff that you get to either imagine stories about or do some research on. So that, and I picked it up because I don't see a lot of that, quite honestly. This is something I never come across. I love selling blankets. We've talked about that before. But a baby blanket, and still in the box, and in very good condition. I'll show you. See, just, I don't know if it was ever used. And she let me have it for $15. I was happy with that because some of them can do really good returns, like maybe 60, maybe more. It all depends. You know how it goes. It depends on the brand, the condition, and what people are looking for. This one is blue and pink. Then I went looking in the kitchen drawers and found this little fellow that we have had before. It's a lemon squeezer for your tea, usually. So lemon squeezer, we've had like before, we've gotten that for, like this time I got it for about $3. And I think we sold them before for about $15. I just like the idea that you get your juice pouring from the beak of this cute little bird, and it's something you can use, you know, it's not just decorative. She had this in a bunch of small, like just kind of junk jewelry, but I thought, well, it's a compact, it's a nice shape. The mirror is a little bit loose, but it's okay. You put your powder in here and probably your fluff in there, your little pad in there. And it's marked Tu adores. So I'll look it up. This feels like plastic, but this feels like enamel metal, which I also thought, it's very smart. And it was like $2. That was fine. The other thing that I couldn't resist were these little egg people. As far as I know, they are turn of a century Victorian. And they're of this very, very fine porcelain. I don't know if you'll be able to see inside. We have this fine detail of texture even inside the egg shell, and the mischievous expressions, the very detailed everything, the hair and the hands. There's a chip on a couple of fingers, but I still thought for what they are, I think they're great. They're not marked anything, they just have a mold number, you know, it's not that, it's more like, I think the design, what they are, the little bit of gilding here, the details, the creepiness. It's the kind of thing I can't resist, even though it may be harder to sell them because they're not marked. But quite honestly, I've never seen something like that for sale where I can get to it. They were $20 for the pair, but she let me have them for $15. So I was more than fine with that. We'll see what happens. I like getting things that aren't necessarily, you know, like this always sells for $25. Because eventually there's nothing to learn there, and there's no surprise, and there's no, yeah, it's more fun to get something you have an idea, but you know, you don't know how well or how quickly it'll sell, and then you get the surprise. All of these are from Sweden. I think they're all Gense, the Gense, and we've sold some of this stuff before. And she let me have everything I'm going to show you for $20, which worked for me. I mean, it's a little high for me. I'd rather pay $2, $3 a piece, but you know, this is fun because of course it's like a gravy boat and is also marked the same thing. We've got a set of candle holders and even 3 candles, I think. I think one of them's broken, whatever. It's mostly for that. And they are, again, marked. They are Stelton, Denmark. Well, not sure you'll be able to see that, but trust me, they are. A nice little set for the holidays, maybe. Still in the box, too. You've got these 2 little trinket or condiment dishes, which are just marked Denmark, which is fine. And this one dish, which is like a condiment dish or a little crudité dish. Again, something that might come in handy around the holidays. I think each piece should be, you know, we're probably talking about 15, 20, maybe 25 for some of them. Something like that. And this stuff has always been pretty popular. So it doesn't usually hang about forever and we never sell it. So even if it's less money, if it sells through, well then all of a sudden out of 20 bucks you've made a profit of maybe 45, 50 bucks, you know, it's okay. I think that kind of wraps it up. Other than the fact I was pretty happy with the prices because she quoted me a price and, you know, I basically, she wanted 65, excluding the Denmark stuff, and I said 55, and she said, oh, okay, since it's my birth year, and I'm like, but you know, I know she's trying to work for the family and get them good prices, and I'm with that. It's just that sometimes, yeah, but do you have the stuff that's going to bring that in? Not everything is going to be, should be priced at that price, you know. It was bizarre because at some point they had a sign on the wall that said, these boxes, any of these boxes, $20 a box. So I took the box that had the most Denmark stuff in it and brought it up to her, and I said, oh, so these are 20 bucks a piece for the box. And she was like, oh, no, not the stuff from Denmark. You know that's expensive. And I was thinking, you know, no, I don't know that it's expensive. It's okay. It sells well. It's good quality. It's, you know, maybe it's worth more than something from the dollar store. Yes, agreed. But you're trying to sell the contents of the house, and that's what it said on the sign above the box. And all of a sudden she didn't know that someone else who was working there had done this. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. How much do you want a piece? I just want to buy these. So that's how we came to the $20 thing, which is just slightly more than I would pay for them at a garage sale, let's say. So now you've heard it all. I hope you've enjoyed the tale, and that you had a fun time looking at the stuff. I wish you stuff, and I hope we speak again very soon.